I am here with Pastor Jason Oakes. He just completed a new book. He's the pastor at Emmanuel Baptist Church. Jason, you want to tell us a little bit about your background, where you're from?
I grew up in Orange County, California, and then spent some time in Utah, Chicago, and as well as now Montana.
So what made you want to become a pastor?
Well, when I was 17 years old in the middle of a worship service, I just felt the call. I just felt God saying without audibly saying that God said, you're going to be a pastor.
So then how did you kind of get into the topic of cults? And
my best friend growing up was LDS, Mormon, and so I was going to youth group at the time, kind of getting grounded in my faith, and then my small group leader in youth group, he gave me a video, and I thought, I'm just going to see what my friend believes. I'm going to learn a little bit more so I can understand him, and about 5 minutes in, my jaw hit the floor. I didn't know what I was seeing, and so I just knew I had to talk to my friend, and so I started reaching out to him, and in the process, he came out of the church, came into a relationship with Jesus, and then God got a hold of my heart, and I just started wanting to know everything I could about Mormonism in order to reach them, and then that kind of later branched into cults in general.
so when did you first have the idea of writing a book about this?
Well, I was teaching the online course, Understanding the Cults, for Bethel Seminary in San Diego, and in creating the content for the course, I then thought, okay, the next step would be create a textbook for the course, and then I started transcribing all the audio and then editing it to how we would actually say things in written form.
And about how long did it take you to get all this put together?
At least 2 years, and very early mornings, and a lot of painstaking transcribing, editing, formatting, all that kind of stuff.
So what makes this book different from the other books on the subject that are out there?
I'm glad you asked that, because I wouldn't have written the book if I felt like everything that's out there was sufficient. I could have just referred people to it. My personal feeling is that a lot of the approach is it ends up alienating Christians from people in these groups rather than giving them motivation and incentive to reach them or love for them. And a lot of the tactics are centered around proving them false or showing that their leaders are hypocrites or false teachers or anything like that. And my tactics are really just about dialogue and inviting them into a dialogue using the most common conversations that people get into with cults, and using that to lovingly understand where they're coming from and then just help them to understand what the Bible teaches and what the gospel is.
So in other words, not trying to always win or...
Right. It's more concerned about the person and individualizing to the person you're talking to, not as concerned about talking them out of the group that they're a part of, or you got to go and join this church or be a part of this group. It's about exposing them to Jesus and then letting the Holy Spirit actually do whatever he needs to do from there.
All right. So you want to tell people how they can get a copy of your book?
Sure. It's available on Amazon, and paperback or Kindle version, and you can do both and you can get a $2.99 version. And if you go to my YouTube channel, People of the Free Gift, I started a contest today. I'm giving away a free copy of the book. I plan to do that every week, and so next Wednesday the winner will be announced, and you can enter once through pretty much every social media platform out there. And so if you want any more information, you can always contact me, or if you have any questions about the book or the contents of the book, I would love to be in contact with you about that.
All right. Anything else you'd like to add?
I just want to emphasize, as is said by the references on the back, that my heart is not to name call. My heart is not to belittle or to separate people. My heart is just to share the gospel of Jesus Christ. And that's true regardless of whatever religious affiliation somebody comes from.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Kenny.